na dhanam na janam na sundaring kavitang va jagadisha kamai mamo janmani janmani ishare bhavatad bhakti ahoitukitai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord of the Lords, I only crave for the love for you. I do not desire any wealth, worldly possession, luxuries, progeny or disciples, nor I crave for name and fame. I do only desire you, the unconditional love, and love which does not want anything more. But you, the divine, is my only goal. Om, peace, peace, peace. This is also a prayer of Sri Chaitanya. And he prayed that life's goal is God and to unite with God. We see the world and we experience the world. Our running after this world, making wealth, prosperity, money, name, fame, power, all these we gain. But there is a dissatisfaction still behind that. No permanent solution. But there is a goal. That goal is when we identify ourselves with the Lord of the Lord who creates this universe, by whose will this whole universe is moving, working. Sri Ramakrishna we find also in a similar pattern. He teaches us how to worship. He worshipped himself. He used to call it, O Mother. The same reality which he called here Krishna, Sri Chaitanya used to call upon Krishna. Here we find Sri Ramakrishna is calling upon the same entity, calling as Mother. And used to say, O Mother, I throw myself at thy hallowed feet. I do not crave for name and fame, worldly creature comforts. I want unconditional love and love that does not know anything but giving. Love is giving. Love is sacrifice. And highest love is unconditional love, where there is no expectation of any return. So, this love is humanly impossible. We have no idea about that. That unselfish love, total dedication and total giving is not possible by human being, because we are born with our innate tendency of desire. And this desire, we do not know what is the ultimate desire. So we desire many petty things. That desire prompts us into action and prompts us into worldliness. And then after finishing, when we find that there is no joy in worldliness, then we try to find out something where there is no worldliness, or it is not limited in the Maya, spell of Maya or ignorance. We try to go beyond that. But it is only the Parama Prema, the supreme love, is only available for the incarnations to show. When God comes down, they show us the way. Sri Chaitanya, Sri Ramakrishna, they are called incarnations. Just we heard that who is God, who is incarnation, who is Rama, who is Krishna, who is Christ, who is Buddha, who is Sri Chaitanya, who is Ramakrishna. The God himself comes down. It's a very unique philosophy to understand. God himself, who is God? God who creates the universe, who sustains the universe, by whose just mere wish the universe has come out. Millions and billions of stars and galaxies all have come out by his own will. That power that transcendental power. It is only one. Ishvara, in say Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism. Buddhism doesn't talk about God, but the concept that is God is the simple word. But what is God? They mean God is infinite. No beginning, no end. God is everywhere. That's why we pray anywhere, God listens. That's the faith of all the traditional spiritual traditions of Christianity, Islam, Hinduism. Pray, 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 pray. Whole Christianity stands on prayer. But whom you pray? God. Who is God? Oh, God is sitting somewhere in the heaven. Yes, God is sitting in the heaven, then why you call here? He is also here. He listens to your prayer. He responds to your prayer. And that's the faith. Everyone is calling upon Allah. Where is your Allah? Allah is everywhere. But what is the other quality? He is everywhere, but He is compassionate. He loves us. He listens to our prayer. He responds to our prayer. So you see that God is only one, and that in Hindu spiritual tradition they will call Ishvara or Bhagavan. In English term we call capital God. And that God is the sum total of whole universe and the controlling power behind all creation, sustenance and destruction. That power takes a human form. Could you imagine? Why they take that human form? It's called avatara. Why they are avataran? Avatara means avataran, descends. We are trying to ascend. And God comes down, descend, and takes a human form. Hinduism has so many ideas of, God takes the different forms of deities, Durga, Kali, Shiva, Rama, and not Rama. Rama is the human incarnation. All the different gods and goddesses, Ganesha, Kartikeya, all these ideas, they are God, the mystical way you can see them, not like a human. But here, God comes in a human form and walks in the ground like us. They eat food like us. They sleep like us. They break their arms. They fall down. They get cured. They get cancer. All these problems of human sufferings they endure. Why? To show the path to liberation, to ascending to the highest truth. And how to ascend to that truth? We are part of that truth. We are that part. I'm talking about today a little down, a part. But we are that is the Vedanta. I always speak about Vedanta. We are that. But here we are talking about avatara, descending, and relationship with that, He is the infinite all, and we are the individual souls. We have eternal connection, but we have forgotten our own home, as children do them. Adults, when they go to schools and finish the college, they run away from their mom and dad. Is it not? Don't want to stay anymore because too much control or too much love, whatever may be the thing. They all run from at least 30-40 miles away from their home, so that every day mom and dad will not be controlling. So we are like that, flown away from God to enjoy freedom. Enjoy freedom in little petty things through our senses, through the eyes, through the mouth, through tongue, to taste, no? And we forgot that we are eternally connected with this. We are His part and whole, like the fire, bonfire and the spark. We are the Jivatman, He is the Paramatman. So this connection is there, but we lost that connection. And we like beggars in the world, crying and weeping for little love, little affection, little smile. Will you smile for me? Will you give me little happiness? Will you be little kind to me? Begging, 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 begging with a begging bowl. We are running in the world. God comes down, Then say, no, you need not to beg. You are the inheritor of that spiritual wisdom and the joy and bliss absolute. See how we can go back to home. And they come as avatar and show their life like us. Sri Ramakrishna, you know, he from the childhood, he's searching for how to ascend. As if human being, as if incomplete like us, eating, sleeping, doing this thing, that thing, but showing a path how to reach that transcendental absolute joy, and showing that path of detachment, renunciation, and love for God, crying for God, calling, oh Ma, you are there, please show your divine form. Is it a meat? Is it there? Is it not? Why don't you appear before me? And crying and weeping and sobbing, meditating, praying. That intense path he shows so that we can follow the path of ascending to the home, our own reality. And then we find that they exemplify before us to guide us to our absolute home, which is absolute home of joy and bliss. Avatar comes, that we find they do tremendous austerity and practice. Why they practice? If he is God, why he needs any practice? For him it is not necessary. That's why Shankaracharya said again, I quote many times. So, such a Bhagavan, that Ishvara God, G-O-D, such a Bhagavan, Ajopishan, though he's birthless, he's deathless, he's beyond all duality and little pettiness. Ajopishan Abhayatma, Bhutanam Ishvara, he is the Lord God of the creation, of the entire creation, Bhuta. So Maya, by his own power of Maya, by his own strength, he comes down. Dehovan ivo, jato ivo. He comes down. Why? Bhutanujagrikshaya. Out of compassion for the humanity, he comes back. That's why we read today, Sri Ramakrishna said that God incarnates like Sri Chaitanya came, like Christ came, like Buddha came, like Ramakrishna came. So this is the big phenomena that Avatar, the God Lord, comes down and shows how we see the same intense. Many things are lost. Many things are lost, but where there is more history, then we understand how to live. Sri Chaitanya's life, we find that he was born in a Brahmin family, and his elder brother was a monk. He left the house. Mom was very much dependent on the young boy, Nimai. His name was Nimai, call name. And then he also became gradually very soft, seeing the mom's condition and family condition fell upon him. Father died, and brother became a monk. So all the responsibilities came like us. And then he became very soft. He was very naughty at the beginning, but when after the death of his father and brother left, he became so soft and compassionate to mother. But then he started learning all the scriptures, logic, the philosophy of Mimamsa Shastra and other things of that time. Considered Brahmins know all this, that's why they are called the scholars. Pandits, they are called Pandit. So he became a very great scholar, and he started, and that those days if you can compete with another scholar and then with argument you can defeat them, then you are called a greater, you get a greater name. And Nimai was so bright and brilliant. She learned all this new logic, etc., and then he was challenging every Pandit, whoever is there, and defeated them and got a great name. Then he became a great scholar, and he started like us. We are competing, going into the life, and then establishing yourself. Then you started a school, and that's just to study. All the different students are coming from different far away places to get the reputed teachers training under him. Like that he built up the life. And then he happened to meet one Swami. His name was Ishwarapuri, that monk. And seeing him, coming in contact with him, his life was totally transformed. He found the meaning of life is not gaining name and fame, is not giving prestige and position. It is all fleeting, it will go away. What is the ultimate reality? And that he got merged into that sadhana. He got the mantra, Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna mantra. That mantra was given by his guru, Ishwarpuri. Ishwarpuri means Shankaracharya. You know, Shankaracharya has 10 divisions. This monastic tradition he has divided into 10 divisions, authenticated that way. They are Vedic, they are followers of Vedic religion, so that's why. And he belonged to Puri, some Puri group. We also belong, we are all called Puris. Siddhano Yogananda Puri, Parameshananda Puri. What I am? Sarvadevananda Puri. If you go to the monastic tradition in Himalayas, they ask you, what is your name? You don't say only, I am Swami Sarvadevananda. No. You will have to say, I am Swami Sarvadevananda Puri. Or you have to say, I am Swami. Another sadhu may say, I am Saraswati. There are different surnames. Puri, Bon, Tirtha, Parvat. So these are the different divisions in the 10 authenticated sannyasi groups. So he belonged to that Puri tradition, Sri Chaitanya's guru. And then he started getting absorbed in Krishna now. And then what happened? And he got a good following. Many people started chanting the name of Krishna, 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 Krishna. And gradually it became a big movement. He created a big, huge movement because society was divided that time into class. Brahmin class, they are high class people, and their spiritual practice is something different. Lower caste people cannot go close to them. That's why Buddhism became popular, no? The class system, demolition of the caste system. Here also, then Sri Chaitanya started Krishna Nam, and whoever loves God, come and join and sing and dance. And that became a big force. And doing that, people started criticizing that, oh, Sri Chaitanya, his Nimai, he's talking of big things and making everyone be fooled by his outward behavior of singing and dancing. But he is enjoying his personal life. He is a married guy and has a wife, beautiful wife, and this and that. And he's telling, oh, love God, love God, love God. Hearing that, he thought, oh my God, it's so going on like that. So he took the decision that he will be renouncing the life. So he took the path of renunciation. And his mother will not give because mother only one son. And he's married already. The wife, devoted, very devoted wife. But that he said, no, I have a call for that. And he prayed and begged, like Shankara's life, you will find how he make his mother agree to the renouncing this life of worldly life, no? And then similarly he made many pleasing, many times pleading her for giving permission, and then gave, and then he became a sannyasi, monk. But his devotion is so deep. Tears are flowing down all the time, horripilation all over the body, goosebump, when taking the name of God. Such expressions of eight sattvika manifestations of love for God, supreme love, manifested in the body of Sri Chaitanya. And the people are so surcharged with spirituality that they always used to flock around him. And then he said, no, I am a monk now. So he left then Navadvip, where he was born, and he went to Vrindavan. He wanted to go to Vrindavan. But no follower wants to leave him because he's a central part of their own lives. So they misguided him to took back to home again. And he could not understand. He's looking at the Ganga. He's thinking it is Jamuna, it's Vrindavan. There is Jamuna river. So then he understood, oh, he has come back. Again, he started praying and crying and weeping for God. God intoxicated life, totally dedicated. And then he went and again ran. And he went to Jagannath, Puri Jagannath. Jagannath in Puri Dham. That's in Odisha. In India, there is a place, it is called Jagannath, a very, very famous temple. And it is called the Krishna's another form is Jagannath. And he was running, oh, Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me. He's crying and weeping and running. And he didn't understand anything. Only Krishna, 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 Krishna. And then, oh Jagannath, Lord of the universe, oh Swami Jagannath, Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me. Come before my vision, I want to see you. And tears are flowing and crying and weeping, forgetful about whole world, has hunger, thirst, everything. And he went, and entered into the temple and then tried to embrace the temple, the deity, Jagannath, and touched with his head, touched the deity. And she was lost outer consciousness. That outer consciousness, losing his identity into the divine joy, touching the Lord, he got totally lost into that. And then there is a rule. In the temple you cannot go and touch the deity. No? So there is a temple guard. They wanted to take action to beat him, slash him. And suddenly that point, the court Pandit, the scholar, state scholar, the king of Odisha was King Prataparudra. His name was Prataparudra. He actually was a very powerful Hindu king who every time invasion from Muslim attack was there, and he used to fight them out to keep that zone free from them. Anyhow, so it's a very powerful, and his court house is the Pandit scholar, great scholar. That means he's a famous scholar in the whole of Bengal, Odisha and Bihar. 3 states were connected together. That means he's a great scholar. He saw a young man, and full of bright brilliance, so sattvico in nature, crying and weeping in God, tears flowing down. And when they went to beat him, he sought to stop that. And then he understood he's something very special. So he lifted him and asked him to bring him in his home. And then brought him and nurtured him there, and he came back to common sense. Again, he started Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And then he came to know who is his guru, who is he, all these details he understood. Then he knew that his guru is mantra given by Ishwarapuri. He took sannyas from Keshav Bharati, another monk. And he said, you are the Advaita Vedanta student. Why are you crying like that? Vedanta says what? Not this, not this, not this. Huh? God is absolute. I am that. No? So there is no place of weeping. It's a place of rejection. No? And even crying in like it is for the lower great bhaktas. Why are you crying like that? You should not cry. I will teach you. Okay? You are a sannyasi and a monk. You should read the Brahma Sutra. You should read Brahma Sutra, Gita, etc. I am state Pandit. I will teach you. He said very humbly, yes, sir. And then he started teaching Brahma Sutra. You can find the book in our bookstore. How hard and difficult. Anyhow, and then you are a monk, you should know what Sankara says. He knows everything. But he is so humble now because of overflowing devotion. He said, yes, sir. So, and the Pandit started teaching him the Brahma Sutra. What are the sutras means? The aphorisms mean. Veda Vyasa composed them. Earliest giant of spirituality, Veda Vyasa. And then Shankaracharya wrote commentary on that. So the Pandit was explaining those. So first day, he taught him, second day, third day, fourth day, and this Sri Chaitanya does not respond anything, does not say anything, good, bad, understand, don't understand, no question, nothing. After seventh day, the Pandit, Vasudev, his name is Vasudev Sarvabhauma, he got mad. He said, what is this? I am teaching you all the time. All the time I am teaching you for 7 days. You didn't ask any question. Neither you say I understand, neither you say I don't understand. What is going on? Then he with folded palm, he said, sir, I understand what the aphorisms say, what Vyasa says. I understand what Shankaracharya explained, how it explained, I understand that. But sir, I don't understand what you understand, you are teaching. He said that I understand the original. I understand what Shankara read, the commentary, that much I understand. But you are teaching me the way I don't understand that. And then she got upset. What? Okay, then what you understand? Come to my debate. And Nimai, Sri Chaitanya, as you know, is a great scholar, and he has defeated everybody by logic, no? The same person now, monk, he has become the monk, he is Sri Chaitanya now. But he is the Nimai before. That he has the great understanding of logic, analysis, scriptures, everything he knows. Then he started arguing each other, and then Sri Chaitanya then win, and he defeated the Pandit. And suddenly, then he appeared last time that he saw a mystic vision came, and he saw Sri Chaitanya standing. It is not Sri Chaitanya, it is Rama and Krishna and Sri Chaitanya together in one body. He saw a mystic vision that is Rama holding the bow and arrow, 2 hands, another 2 hands, Krishna with the flute, playing the flute, and it is Sri Chaitanya, the other form. And seeing this, his eye opened up and he understood it is he who is Rama, who is Krishna, he is Sri Chaitanya. That gave a tangible experience happened to the Pandit Vasudev. He understood that he has come for a mission, and then he became a devotee of Sri Chaitanya, and then Sri Chaitanya. And Sri Chaitanya actually was totally absorbed in God consciousness, day and night, crying, weeping, sleeping, like Ramakrishna used to do. And Sri Ramakrishna said, Sri Chaitanya used to go to 3 states of life. One is called Ramakrishna said, the Sri Chaitanya used to live in 3 states. Chaitanya Dev used to live in 3 states. One is called external state of existence, when he is like a normal person, like Ramakrishna, talking to people, giving advice, and moving to Calcutta to help the devotees. That's the external condition. Then his mind is to live in the gross world and the subtle world. And then his mind will go deeper into the inner realm when he forgets about the external. Then he lives in the causal body. A body when you enjoy the spiritual truth inside, in your inner vision opens up. And then you go to the another state, his mind goes to the only, all these divine things go away, fall, divine forms and names all dissolved. You are merging, not yet merged. That is the state. It's called Karana Sarira. And that is called the Ardhavajya. Ardhavajya, little consciousness outside, but more consciousness inside, but has not merged together. And then last is called Antardasha, when totally absorbed into inner self. As Ramakrishna used to go every time. So we find that Sri Ramakrishna's life explains what happened in Sri Chaitanya's life. Sri Ramakrishna said that it matches with our Vedantic perception, that when your mind, we are in the level of Annamaya Kosha, a physical level. No? Now we are in this physical body, and the energy, the like prana and physical, both are working now. Now you go to another level, Manomaya and Vijnanamaya, when you go to, like in a mystic vision, you are having gods and goddesses vision. And then you go to another condition, when you live in that consciousness of joy. You are feeling that joy, but not merged together. And last will be when you merge, that's called the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So, Sri Chaitanya used to live in these three states as Ramakrishna used to live. Sometimes in the external form, sometimes you see the gospel you read, the description you read, he's muttering and going inside, and his face is beaming with joy and flushing with joy, and then as if he's something going on inside, and then a situation will come when all the body consciousness will be lost. Your stethoscope will tell that there is no heartbeat, and he remains in that state, not dead, but remain in that state. It is in the state of samadhi. So these are the three states Sri Chaitanya used to go. This we read in their life, but it is Sri Ramakrishna's life testifies that. Because the same God comes again and again. They say one point of Hinduism is beautiful, that God, one, he comes in different period of time to satisfy the needs of the devotees and give a boosting to the spirituality. When spirituality declines and it goes up. So this is the Sri Chaitanya who is to live in the three states, sometimes in the external level, sometimes in the internal level, sometimes deep inside the depth of own spirituality. That is in the Nirvikalpa state of Samadhi. Now, we are talking, Sri Chaitanya is called the avatar of love incarnate. Prema avatar. In Sri Chaitanya, majority thing, how to love God. And what is the way? Cry and weep and pray. No? Feel. And as much as you do that, your heart will be pure, you will feel more attraction, more deeper attraction. And that deeper attraction for joy, we are what we are searching for. What we get in the world, a speck of dust. It's dust. It's thin, one, say, we get a little, 1 penny of joy here, and we spend so much of energy to get that. Sometimes it is frustrating. But that joy, when we get it inside, it is pratikshana vardhamana. It increases every moment, more, and vaster dimension of joy will be opening up. So, then he was totally absorbed in that in Puri Jagannath, and then he wanted, with the court Pandit was Vasudev Sarvabhauma, who taught him the Brahma Sutra, and then he appeared before him as God himself. After that, Vasudev Sarvabhauma was pleading him to stay on Puri, but he said no, a monk should wander around India, so he said that I will go to South India. And could you please tell me someone, some devotee who can teach me some bhakti? He said, yes, there is one devotee, his name is Rai Ramananda. He is also the court master, court president, a Pandit, scholar in the court of some king. So you can go there and meet him. And he met him, Sri Chaitanya went to the South India and met him, and his name is Rai Ramananda. And he met him and they talked with each other. That is the part I will discuss, and then we'll think of what we gain out of Sri Chaitanya's life or Sri Ramakrishna's life. Sri Chaitanya went to that great Pandit and then asked, "Sir, can you tell me how one can attain to that supreme love? How can we be absorbed in that God? Why we are not getting it? If it is within us, why are you not feeling that joy? Why are you not interested in it? How to reach that joy?" So he said, "Can you, sir, please tell me how one can gain this love, unconditional love for God?" Sri Ramananda said, "But what you are the world teacher, you are a guru, you are a sannyasi, you are a monk. Oh Sri Chaitanya, you are a monk. You are the teacher of the world. And I am ordinary householder. I have my family, I have my home. I actually am the court Pandit. I have a scholarly ego. So what shall I teach you? Why not you tell me what is that path?" Then he said, "Okay, sir," but he said very humbly that Prabhu kahe, Sri Chaitanya says, "Mayavadi ami to sannyasi. I am a sannyasi, monk. And my philosophy is, world is Maya. That's my Vedantic philosophy, because I am a monk. I do not know. Bhakti tattva nahi jani. I do not know the secrets of devotion, ecstatic devotion, the supreme love, the theory, the philosophy of it. Please help me." And I got my mind clear when I was in the Sarvabhauma, the Puri Jagannath, that Pandit. He helped me to get some devotion in God, and he has guided me to you. So please help me, tell me how I can realize that God, and step by step. Can you tell me how one can have that pure love for God? Then with much persuasion, Ramananda agreed. And she said, "Prabhu kahe," the Sri Chaitanya says, "please kindly help me. What is our goal of life and how we can attain that love for God?" Rai kahe, Ramananda Rai responds to that question, "Sadharma acharane Vishnu bhakti hai." If one person follows his or her own dharma, righteous deeds, responsibilities perfectly, you do your responsibility perfectly, that will purify the heart, and that will generate love for God. That means first be a responsible person in the world. You are a father, you are a mother, you are a teacher, you are a scientist. In whatever field you are, in early days there are Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, 4 class people. You Brahmin, you perform your Brahminic qualities. Do all the rituals and things. Perform like a unselfish, engaged in the study of scripture. You are a warrior, do your duty as protecting the interest of the country, and take care of the innocent people. Do your dharma. What makes you a kshatriya means warrior. What makes you a police officer? What makes you a professor? What makes you a mother? What makes you a son? What makes you a child? If anyone follows that dharma perfectly, without any expectation, only for duty's sake, then mind will be purified, then it will pave way to devotion. Sri Chaitanya says, "Yes, it is good, but please tell me something deeper." So he says, "Rai kahe eho bajjo." This is all what you said, I understand. It is too superficial. Only by performing duties one will realize God. No, I don't think it's too superficial. Tell me something deeper. Then he said, "Rai kahe." The Rai means the Ramananda. He said, "Krishna karma arpan sarva sadhya sar." If you can offer your all karma, what you did in the household from morning till now, you feel that I offer it to Lord Krishna. Whatever I am doing for God. I am serving God. I am doing God. Sarva karma arpan. All types of activities, whatever you do, You give a glass of water to somebody, think that you are giving it to Lord, your God, Lord who is in your heart. As you call it Krishna, you can call Rama, you can call Christ, you can call Buddha, you can call Ramakrishna, matters little. But Krishna Arpan, if you can offer everything at the feet of Krishna as an adoration and offering, then Krishna Karma Arpan Sarva Sadhusar. That is the great sadhana. If you can do, then your heart will be pleased. Then Sri Chaitanya says, it's good. But tell me something deeper. Eho bajjo, aage kaho aar. Then he said, you will reach a point by performing the rituals, performing your duties, dedicating your life to fulfillment of that duties and responsibilities, and thinking you are offering it to Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Then a mood will come, your karma will drop. Sadharma tyaga. You cannot perform your duties anymore because your mind is so much getting absorbed, your external duties will drop up. It happens, no? When you get engrossed into movie, watching in your movie in the TV, don't you forget your duties? It drops off automatically. You need not have to struggle. But you are engaged in that movie, that takes away your whole mind and concentration. Then you need not, what you have to do, maybe you have put something in your oven, but you forget that. That drops off. That's the point. The second, they said, Sadharma Tyaga. Ramakrishna wanted to do the puja, no? Ramakrishna wanted to do the puja, worship of Makali. And when he got so much involved into it, and his mind was going deep in the mother's idea, putting the flower on the head, bas, half an hour goes, 45 minutes goes, he's sitting like that. So you are performing the duty. Your worship needs next step, no? So this is Sadharma Tyaga. First, be a good person, follow your dharma, and then do the dharma. No, only not following the dharma, offering it to God, everything offering to God, anything you do, offering to God, offering to God. That is not enough. Then you think of God so much, you will forget your duties. Sadharma Tyagam. Then he said, yes, that's good. But please tell me something higher and deeper. Then he said, Eho bajjo, aage kaho aar. Then he said, Ramananda says, it is Jnanamishra Bhakti Sarva Sadhusar. Bhakti, you are doing love. You are loving God. But you are loving Krishna. Krishna is a man. You are loving Mahakali. Mahakali is a person. Or Mahakali is the only one separate from whole world. You know Jnanamishra Bhakti. You love who is your Krishna. You know who is your Ramakrishna. You know who is your Mahakali. She is the absolute one, appearing in the name and form. With this knowledge you worship. Otherwise your service will be fanatic. Though it is the advice, no? People become fanatic. Why? My God is the only God. All other are wrong. And then people create trouble for everyone to fight with religion and religion. Not only that, inner experience is incomplete unless you know you worshipping one aspect of the divine, but it is on divine is behind only one. Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Your bhakti, devotion, should be mixed with jnana. Ramakrishna refers this exact word in the gospel again and again and again. Jnana Mishra Bhakti. In Kolite, Ramakrishna said, in this Iron Age, Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Devotion should be followed with knowledge. Then he said, okay, that's also good. Tell me if it's something higher. A great student asking a great teacher. Then he said, okay, now you are thinking, God is this much, God has created this universe, God is the sole reality which appeared as your Krishna, as your Rama. this analysis, the glory part of Krishna will drop. He is the creator, he is the absolute, he is Satchidananda, he is everything, and he has become with his power manifested. All this power side, which is attractive side, those analysis will drop. Jnana Shunna. Your love will so much flowing. You don't need to consider any knowledge there, because your mind flows into it and you know Krishna is that. Because of practice, you have developed in such an intimacy that you feel that your Krishna is nothing but that God which is absolute. But it is not perfect yet. Still, you are keeping your ego, you are thinking God is like that. Then he said, Prabhu kahe yeho hoy. Yes, this happens. Aage kaho var. Please tell me something beyond if you can teach me. Then he said, Rai kahe, Ramananda says, Prema Bhakti. Bhakti, devotion, ecstatic bhakti, ecstatic love. That is the highest. That sadhana will come automatically. If you know there is your Krishna, is that absolute, and there is nothing else but that, your bhakti will be penetrating bhakti. That will go so deep, as if the magnet is calling the iron filing. It is just being pulled like that, no? It will turn, and no other direction. Other directions are gone. So that says Prema Bhakti. Then he said, yes, Prema Bhakti is good. What else next? He said that, after Prema Bhakti, when you generate love for anyone, what you want to do in a human love? If I love someone very whole and with my heart and soul, what will I do? Next, I will do service to him. I will be your servant, no? People love means he becomes a servant of that whom he loves, no? Whatever you can say, I will do. Hanumanji is the example of devotion. Supreme love for Rama. Hanuman, Rama. Vivekananda, Ramakrishna. Vivekananda is the Hanuman. And Ramakrishna is the Rama, Sri Rama. So here, that is said, that's why Dasya Bhav means, I understand, I live in the world, I know He is the Lord God, I am only His servant. Anything I do as He wants. I have no personal ego there. Ego is zero. I work as you dictate me. You want me to do this, I do this. Real, who is dedicated servant, he does not do anything which his boss does not want, no? So total dedication, because it is only one God who is absolute, and there is nothing but that reality which is Vedantic concept of oneness, and that is the appearance, and this is love personified. It is Sri Krishna will be love personified. Ramakrishna will be love personified. Love, that's why Holy Mother, Sarada Devi, it is a beautiful prayer is there. He says, she is the Nikhilo Matri Hridaya Sagara. All the people in our heart there is love, no? That is the motherly spirit. And this description says, if you can collect all the love from everyone's heart and put it in a container and condense it, and that form will be the mother's form. So Krishna is that form, the concentrated love of all hearts of the created universe. Bird's love. Look at the bird, how he loves when the babies are born. How they are putting nestle and protecting and day and night. Who gave that love? What love is that? It's divine love. So you can see that love everywhere, and that is your what you call Krishna, what is called your chosen idol Rama. So he says, Dasya Bhakti. That is the I am your servant. And there is I am servant of God and God alone. And there is nothing. And he will be dedicating his life so long he lives in the world as thus. Then he said, oh, that's good. Tell something more. Sri Chaitanya is such a candidate, he is not satisfied in any level. To go deeper and deeper. Then he said, okay, next best love is the friendliness. You are my friend. God is my friend. And friend does not leave the friend. Our earthly friends leave. Whenever you are in difficulty, friends will all leave. Only good friends will keep you with your suffering or your joy or your failure or your anything. Friend is friend in death, in life and death. No? So that attitude will come. He is my Sakha. Arjuna and Krishna is the Sakha, friend. Then he said, okay, that's also good. Tell me higher. Then he says, Eho Gautamo Sakha Prem Vatsalya. God is my child. Jashoda, Ma Jashoda, and baby Krishna. Kaushalya and baby Rama. Sri Chaitanya, her mother. It is love. God, Lord God, everything. But he's my child. I'll have to take care. That means mother's mind always be on the child, no? When he's baby. He will fall down. It is your mother's responsibility. Hey, don't go there. Hey, mother is controlling the child. God, Lord, no? So how much control, how much love for God has made love consolidated in the form of the baby. So it is called, when you keep that is the higher than your friendly relationship with God. This is the deeper. And then said, but that's good, but tell something else. Then he said, it is the conjugal relationship that is the highest. Then he said, conjugal relationship? What is that relationship? That how can it be? Well, it is don't misunderstand. This is worldly love. Because already worldliness has gone so far away, it is much below. And it is only pure love where there is no body. It is happening in a very high flight of mind. Body is forgotten much earlier. And then he said, but this still enjoyment, see or seen is there, difference is there. Then he said, Ishvara, who is then your Krishna? Krishna is God himself. He is Satchidananda Vigraha. He has no beginning, no end. And the cause of all cause. And what is the Radha, who is loving Krishna? Who is that? Devi Krishnamayi Prokta. She is the Devi, she is the divine mother, whose love is infinite love and is all purity, all attractive reality. So it's not the body, not the mind. And then he says that this love is what type of love? It is love, says, it is called the Atmendriya Priti Ichha. What is the difference between our concept of love and this love we are talking about? He says, Atmendriya Priti Ichha tare kohe kam. Or lust or desire, what we understand, is for my satisfaction. I want my joy. But here, the lover does not want his joy or her joy, for the beloved only. He does every action to please the Lord, to do any action only for God's pleasure, not for his or her own love, gain or loss, anything. So that is the idea. Ultimately he says that, can you say something higher than this? And then he says, yes, there is a higher. But then Sri Chaitanya said, don't say any more. He indicated, and Rai Ramananda also stopped. He said, next is inexplicable. You cannot express in word. Then is perfect merging. And that's why they said beautiful word, Nasu Ramana, no Hama Ramani. There is no I am the lover. You are the beloved. There is this distinction has come to such a close proximity that distinction vanishes. Then I and thou merges. And that is called the Duhumano, two mind, this mind of the lover who was loving the ideal, Krishna. Krishna has gone beyond all this duality, all the relationship gone. And the conjugal relationship is taking the merging idea. To give the merging idea, they use the terminology conjugal relationship. And then when that little separation merges, then that remains, it is called the Premo Bilas Vivarta. That's a technical term, we have no time today. So But we don't we don't understand that, and that is the state, that is the highest state, and that is the goal. And that, in Vedanta we call Brahma Jnana. We call losing your I am that, your I, this petty I, bereft of this. How stage by, here is very stage by stage explanation has been given. One spiritual seeker can move on in the journey of this ultimate peace, ultimate that joy, absolute joy of merging into that. Lover, loved, become one. There is no two, no many. There is no expression, speech, silent. It's called mano, buddhi, beyond the mind, beyond the ken of understanding, beyond duality, beyond any expression. That is the truth which ends there. So this is the highest. And Sri Chaitanya stand for that, and Sri Chaitanya wanted to give this to us to reach this high flight of religion. People misunderstand when they talk about Krishna, Radha, etc., misunderstand. They think our human love. As you understand, we can understand today's study that how Ramananda is talking and Krishna, Sri Chaitanya is asking the question and going higher and higher flight. People cannot think it is beyond body there is a love. Beyond body there is a love. That is the real love. Through the body you get very little. It's a one drop in the ocean of joy. And then you move on and go beyond, and all this experience of Jnana Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Shunna Bhakti, Kartabbo, etc. Move on in the spiritual life. To attain this flight, we need to practice this. So we pray, because it is Sri Chaitanya's birthday was when it was the Dol Purnima, this last fire, the what is called color festival in Hinduism. That Dol Purnima night, Sri Chaitanya was born, and that is that we take this topic to understand what we think about prema is not an ordinary thing. We love. We talk about Radha Krishna love, but this is the depth. Is ultimately it is only this Brahma Jnana. The same, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, it is the same point. What Bhakta reaches, what Jnani reaches, the meditator reaches, the same termination. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.